What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's, man. Dude, 2022 is looking crazy from a One Piece standpoint. The anime is going to be on fire and the manga is going to be on fire. There's a lot of different things that can take place, a lot to speculate about, a lot of possibilities that are extremely exciting. And among them, we have a D on the move. We're gonna have a certain dragon, finally, after 25 years. Big Papa Monkey D Dragon is gonna be moving next year. I am so excited. Everything's been put on a platter for us, man. We can see it. We can smell it. It's like when you're outside of a restaurant and you smell something really nice, like man. Woo, I smell it in the air. I smell Shanks in the air, and I smell Dragon in the air, man. But with Monkey D. Dragon, of course, is gonna be Sabo, the Revolutionary Army, Instant Messenger Sama. It's like, all right, hold up, man. So when we look back at the smells, little bits and pieces we've gotten throughout this arc, chapter 956, with Sabo, a lot of us speculate on what's happening with him. You know, possibly on the run with Vivi, possibly Buruk out of the reverie by Kuma. He could have been since the Flagners. I don't know where Sabo is, man. But regardless, in the paper, he is either being framed for Cobra's death, or the paper says that he himself is dead. I'm going to go with the former because that seems like the most likely. That is the most prevalent theory here within the community, and the theory that I am 100% along with. So if he is currently being framed for Cobra's death, then you already know. Big Man Dragon in that chapter said, we got to wait for the facts. We got to confirm the facts. When he confirms the facts, which is undoubtedly going to be in post-Wano or in a post-act chapter, when he confirms the facts, we're finally going to get the scene that we all initially thought was going to happen in the Reverie. The scene where Dragon invades Marijoa himself. But this time, it's going to be him solo dolo, not any of the rest of the Revs. The rest of the Revs are going to be going taking care of Sabo. Whatever's happening with Sabo, y'all go take care of it. Go take care of my boy, we're going to be good. I'm going to go declare my stance on the matter right here, right now. I've had enough of this dude. I've had enough of the empty throne. I've had enough of Instant Messenger Sama. He's going to get a piece of me. He's going to get a piece of me today. And he's going to go right up, stroll right into Marijoa. I don't know if we're going to see his powers. I don't know if we're going to get to see his abilities. You know, everywhere that he moves, there's lightning, there's wind, the weather starts moving. I don't know. I don't know if his tattoo's going to start throbbing, man. You're going to have King, the Lunarians, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that throughout the course of this arc, we have been given information on, all right, something's happening with Sabo, something very prevalent is going to take place, very huge. Stuff happening in Alabasta. Wapol has information, potentially with Vivi. This stuff's going to start popping. The Revolutionary Army is in the middle of all of this, and we know the Revolutionary Army is going to be the catalyst for igniting that war against Celestial Dragons, which is going to take us into the final saga. At least that's the way I see it happening, right? But the thing is within this arc, with the Sun God Nika plotline, and with the Lunarians now, two things that, at least for me in my head canon, I have directly connected to the Revolutionary Army. And what Nika did in regards to freeing the slaves, bringing happiness to individuals. But in particular when it comes to the freeing part, it really made me think about, man, was Dragon inspired by this? Does Dragon believe that he inherits the will of Nika? And that is the concept and the idea of the Revolutionary Army. And even if that's not the case, or if that is the case, let's look over towards the Lunarians. Obviously, it's just a tattoo, right? And there's a lot of individuals in One Piece with facial markings. However, so far, there are only specific individuals that have this. Individuals that come from up above. In Skypiea, and now we have the Lunarians. Individuals that come from up above. Wiper, the Shandorians, you know, they have that mark. They've had it for centuries. The Lunarians, I'm sure King is not the only one of his people that has this. So these individuals from up above carry this mark for whatever reason. The connection to Nika is there. The Shandorians and the flashback with Kalgara and Nolan, we got to see that that is the deity in which they worship, is the sun god, which I'm going to assume is Nika. So if that is the case, and Lunarians having flames, so if Lunarians, who were known as these godly figures, if Nika was one of them, why wouldn't Dragon inherit or attempt to inherit? Because we know he didn't have it beforehand, but he made it himself. He put it on himself. After potentially learning the Void Sentry, whatever it was, he put on the mark himself, the tattoo himself, and went on about this. You know, we've talked about this in multiple afterthoughts up until this point. But what am I getting to with this? Because of all the things that have been put into place within this arc of potential little sprinkles for Revolutionary Army content in the future, I don't know if King's going to join the Revolutionary Army. I'm not saying all that, man. I mean, it would be awesome if he did. But what I am saying is there's certain things that have had at least me thinking about the Revolutionary Army. And so with that being said, after this arc in post-Wano, in the midst of all of the insanity we're going to be getting, there's going to be one party on the move with a purpose. With a purpose. And the leader of that party, it's going to be none other than Big Papa Monkey D. Alright? And when this dude rolls up to the Marijoa the way that Laz and I have been talking about for so many years, and how awesome would it be if Dragon just goes solo dolo? I don't care if he does a solid Snake style, if he goes loud and proud. You know, there was that shot from a long time ago of the Marijoa in destruction, up in flames. And all of us were like, holy flag, I can imagine Dragon doing that. But regardless, Dragon goes up in like swimwear. I don't care if he, like I said, if he destroys the place out of anger of what happened with Sabo and with Kuma, or if he just goes in there peacefully. Peaceful negotiations, but he's letting them know, like, yo, you've gone too far. I'm not holding back anymore. This is war. Regardless of what takes place, I just want to see that interaction between him and Instant Messenger Sama. Because obviously Dragon knows the Void Sentry. There is no doubt in my mind that of all the individuals that know about the Void Sentry in this series, he is one of the individuals that knows, and he probably knows a lot. He probably knows the whole story. So this was his answer. His answer was to create the Revolutionary Army. The whole world will know our answer, as he told Smoker. And so now the whole world is going to know his answer. All these years later, bringing him up in reveries, bringing him up in the Marijoa, this is an individual that has been on the public's mind, the world's most dangerous man. Within One Piece, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and of course, hockey is power. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he has a fruit, but regardless, I'm going to assume, because of the way the One Piece world has led me to believe what power is, give me the world's most dangerous man, without question, possibly right next to Instant Messenger Sama, the man who knows the most is Monkey D. Dragon. How we got this information, I have no idea. I don't know if he has the voice of all things. I don't know if he can read the power. I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, when he comes face to face with Instant Messenger Sama, and they have that conversation, that is going to be the biggest lore piece chapter that we're going to have to go off of until we find the One Piece. And we go through the Odin thing, you know, what is the will of D, the Void Sentry, when they find all that stuff, which after the Odin flashback, I think it's pretty much guaranteed we're going to figure all that stuff when we get to Laugh Tale. Before then, we were like, oh, maybe it'll be sprinkled in before. We'll see certain things. Now I'm pretty sure within the Void Sentry flashback, we're going to find out all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Odin's probably going to save it all for then. But in regards to the biggest lore piece dump of, yo, this is all of the little bits and pieces, they're probably going to be talking, and it's going to be a vague conversation, no doubt. There's going to be no, I mean, maybe, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe it might not be so vague after all. But I'm expecting a vague conversation between the two. Like, oh, so you're him, and oh, it's been a while. Or I don't know, man. Think about it, dude. More than likely, it's going to be a vague conversation. It could be extremely vague with some little pieces that'll have us losing our mind for years. Who knows? But what I'm letting y'all know right now is expect the biggest lore piece chapter ever when that happens. In my head canon, I've been thinking about this for years, man. Like I said, Laz and I have had several conversations about this. It's just, dude, Just think about Dragon walking in. Like I said, two scenarios. Either the entirety of the Mighty Joa is on fire, on flames. Like, yo, this is what y'all did to the Lunarians. This is what I'm doing to y'all. Imagine that. Yo, Monkey D. Dragon. But regardless, whether the Mighty Joa is still there or the other, he comes in peacefully. He just walks in, you hear the wind. Yo, no, that would be, I'm not going to lie, that would probably be a little bit more hype. Could you imagine? Instant Messenger Sama sitting on the throne. The Gorosei are there. And all they hear is, psh, psh. They look outside like, yo, what's going on with the lightning and the thunder? And you go and you cut back to Instant Messenger Sama. They're like, yo, something's happening with the weather. It's very unnatural. And Instant Messenger Sama says nothing. It's like, yo, he's here. Yeah, I better get ready. Dragon walks into the room. The Gorosei immediately, I mean, they're going to their blades. I'm like, well, hold up. What you doing here? And he's like, yo, relax. Instant Messenger Sama was like, let me speak to him. Let me have a conversation with him. The Gorosei are like, hold up. Hey, and then Instant Messenger Sama was like, y'all get out. It's time for the adults to talk. It's time for the adults to have a conversation. And we get that 1v1 conversation with Dragon and Instant Messenger Sama. And like I said, it's more than likely going to be extremely vague. But those little bits of pieces, the way that Oda always does, and with the way he gives us the giant straw hat, the talk about a certain pirate, the empty throne, all those little pieces that you know get expanded upon later, those little pieces that we're going to get there are going to be the biggest questions / answers that we get until we find out what all that stuff is in the Voice Century flashback. It's going to be insane. And I'm expecting it at this point. After the crumbs that we've gotten throughout this arc, seeing the way that we're heading into the story's final part. This is the final saga that we're going to be heading towards after Wano. The Four Emperors saga is probably going to end either with this portion in Wano, where it's going to end in the next arc. But regardless, after that, we are straight into the final saga of One Piece. Like, I don't know if it's going to be heading directly after Wano, because the Sabo plotline, if it reaches Luffy's ears, he's probably going to immediately want to go, you know, help out his brother, right? But if it doesn't reach his ears, in the same way what happened with Ace didn't reach his ears for one more arc, then man, we're going to be in for something crazy. So, I don't know. I don't know what Oda has in store. There's a lot of different possibilities, like I said, but what I can guarantee right here, right now, is there are two individuals, and I'm going to talk about the other one in the near future, because of course, y'all know how much I love Shanks. Any chapter with Shanks, 40 out of 10. But Shanks and Blackbeard are unquestionably going to make their move next year. But in the midst of that, Dragon is going to be making his move, and I honestly would not doubt if that is the Ace versus Blackbeard, quote-unquote, of the final saga. What I mean by that is, I originally thought Shanks versus Blackbeard could be the one that kickstarts the final saga for being like the fight at the end of the arc or whatever, but now as we're getting closer and closer to it, to post Wano, and I've been thinking more about the possibilities of Luffy meeting Shanks, film Red's coming out, I'm like, maybe Shanks versus Blackbeard doesn't happen here. And because of that, I'm like, hold up. Let me put that in the back burner. If it does happen, you already know we're going to be Santa Hat, and that's the fight I've been looking forward to the most. Obviously, it's going to be super, super hype. But putting that to the side, if Luffy just meets Shanks, that would mean the big, huge battle, the catalyst that is going to start this thing all off is going to be Dragon and Imu. And the thing is that regardless, like I said, of whether Dragon destroys the Mighty Joa, puts it up in flames like that one picture that we got, or it's peaceful, but he lets him know, this is my declaration. Regardless, there's going to be a declaration of war on behalf of the Revolutionary Army to the Celestial Dragons. And that is going to be one of the most hype moments in the entire series. Because, like I said, that's going to kickstart us into this final saga. We've probably already got the catalyst of what will happen with Sabo. The Sabo plotline with Vivi, we're already probably starting the beats toward the end of the series. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee these are the beats going into the end of this, the final saga. We wait. Now we wait and see what Dragon is going to do, but I can guarantee 1000% that Monkey D. Dragon will make his move when this arc ends. Whether this arc ends next year or not. I'm pulling an Oda Jump Festa. I'm saying the arc ends next year, and Monkey D. Dragon makes his move in the final chapter of Post Wano before the next arc. Calling it right now, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know if you believe that Dragon is going to be on the move, and if you think he's going to be on the move, what do you think he's going to be doing? How is he going to go about it? And if you're excited for Dragon and Instant Messenger Sama's conversation, let me know about that in the comment section down below as well. Y'all have an awesome rest of the day. Take care. Dragon greatness, it's incoming, man. You can smell it in the air. The Revolutionary Army is going to be on the move, and it's finally time for their leader to show us what he's all about. The hockey or the abilities, his clout, I don't care. We're going to see the world's most dangerous man on the move. Big Papa Monkey D. Let's go, baby.